The country with the most time zones is not the widest country on Earth. It is not Russia, and it is not even a large country. Fifth is the United Kingdom, with 9 time zones. The British mainland keeps one. Noon in London is noon across the whole island. The other 8 are somewhere else entirely. Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, the Falklands, Pitcairn. Pitcairn sits at UTC-8, the same clock as Los Angeles. About 40 people live on it. From Pitcairn in the Pacific to the British Indian Ocean Territory, the UK keeps time across 14 hours of the world. A country you can drive across in a day, holding 9 different clocks. Every one but London is a leftover. The empire is gone, the time zone stayed. Fourth is Australia, also with 9. Australia is different. 3 of its zones are the mainland itself. The continent genuinely spans 3. Sydney runs 2 hours ahead of Perth. And then it gets strange. The center, Adelaide, Darwin, runs half an hour off the east coast. There is a settlement on the south coast, Eucla, that keeps its own time, 45 minutes off. A quarter-hour time zone for a few dozen people. The rest are islands. Christmas Island, the Cocos Islands, Norfolk Island. Time zones do not have to be whole hours. Australia is where you see it. Third is the United States, with 11. Everyone knows the mainland 4. Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific. Add Alaska and Hawaii, and the country itself accounts for 6. The other 5 are territories: Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, the Northern Marianas, and islands further out. From American Samoa to Guam is almost the whole clock, 21 hours apart. And here is where counting gets slippery. The U.S. is usually said to have 11, sometimes it is given as 10. The difference is 2 uninhabited islands, Baker and Howland, on a clock nobody keeps, because nobody is there. Whether they count is not a fact about the world. It is a choice about what a time zone is for. Second is Russia, with 11, and this is the one you were picturing. Every single one of Russia's 11 is the mainland, not one territory among them. From Kaliningrad on the Baltic to Kamchatka on the Pacific, the clock changes 11 times, all on one piece of ground. You could, in principle, drive across every one of them. This is what a lot of time zones is supposed to mean. A country so wide the morning reaches one end long before the other. Sunrise arrives in Kamchatka about 10 hours before it reaches Kaliningrad. 11 zones, 1 country, 1 unbroken stretch of land. And it is still not the most. France, 12. More than Russia, more than the United States, more than any country on Earth. And here is the thing, the France on the map of Europe is 1 time zone, just 1. The same as Britain's mainland. The other 11 are scattered across every ocean on the planet. Tahiti and the rest of French Polynesia, out in the Pacific, at UTC-10. Guadeloupe and Martinique in the Caribbean. French Guiana on the shoulder of South America. Reunion and Mayotte in the Indian Ocean. New Caledonia and Wallis and Futuna back out in the Pacific. End to end, French clocks span 22 hours. France does not have 12 time zones because it is wide. Its mainland is a single zone. It has 12 because it never entirely stopped being an empire. There is French territory in nearly every ocean, and each one keeps its own clock. The sun does not set on French time. Somewhere under a French flag, it is always the middle of the day. Count the Antarctic claim, and it is 13. And yet the country that ought to have the most refuses to. China is as wide as the United States. It spans 5 geographic time zones. It uses 1. The whole country, from the east coast to the far western desert, runs on Beijing time, UTC+8. In Kashgar, near the Central Asian border, the official clock reads 8 in the morning while the sky is still dark. The sun comes up closer to 10. People there keep a second, unofficial time, 2 hours behind, just to live by the sun. But every train and every school runs on Beijing. Which is the whole point. A time zone was never a fact of geography. Russia's 11, France's 12, China's 1. None of them is really about where the sun is. Each one is a decision, a government made about how far a single clock should reach. France let its clocks follow an empire. China stopped at nothing short of the whole country. The sun keeps its own time, the clocks are ours. Time zone counts from Guinness World Records and time and date as distinct UTC offsets in standard time.